Hello, my lovely people. Mama Kwabad by Rescue Africa TV. And then that's from Kwan Yankopon until see an intimate share and a now so what we sound say, what me do dreams about realities are now. And in Rescue Africa, or her, send me a baby for no better chunk come not much show more experiences. It be a wow share a bit in your bow, Miss a bit in your one. And to catch on your name, you can tell you an Montana, near Barbie Sianiama. And the end, I have a quick break nearby, a better also. Rescue Africa, inspiring generations to make a positive difference. Hello, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, on my left is
Akama Emmanuel, a mechanical engineering student at K University.
Okay, and on my right is
Jasmine, a student nurse.
Mamuni Akwaba by Rescue Africa TV. So, I may need to be estimating yam. And then so be on so I effect. Now, me per se and shad you. I didn't know about yes.
Well, that's a big question. A question I do have a bit to be but for me, I think if you are given the power as someone who can do all things, it is not just enough for you to bring people into this earth and then you give them your will to do. You understand? Okay. So I think he giving us free will he wants to know if we truly love him like the way he loves us. And then he has given us the free will to do anything. If you want to prove that we love him, we should love him. If you don't want to, then it's okay. Okay,
so you ask me the Kakabeka also the Amaya.
Okay, Kakam and Becca want to say it's very true. There's nothing that has been created without a purpose. Yeah. So meaning that as we are on this earth, we are here for a purpose. And I always divide that into two. We have the spiritual purpose and then the impact purpose. And when I talk about the impact purpose, it's like what we live on this earth. Yeah, so that's the least I'll add to that. Okay,
so we should go straight to our topic. And our topic near dreams and realities. You can't say dreams and you saw them.
Well, for me, dream or a baby I face over there at this point in time, a pede to achieve and I had a pede more. You understand? That is dreams for me.
Dreams, okay. So Yasmin, dreams.
Okay, you see, for me when it comes to dreams, I would say that it's you seeing in the next, it could be the next 1 week what you want to be, it could be the next 1 year, it could be the next 5 years or centuries. It's basically where you want to get to, yeah. So like it's going to guide you. It's like a guidance, yeah.
Okay. When growing up, when the life I experienced, time Ben at me say. My vision and my dreams be I work towards to.
Well, you can have dreams since like you are 5, 4, but then as time goes on, each and every point in time, a bit it can change. You understand? So maybe last week I had a dream that this week and semi talker. You understand? If I'm not able to achieve it, I can push it to another time.
But your person related to profession.
To profession. Or to profession. Just as I said, it can change at any time. Maybe I say, I think around 10, 11, I was into being a doctor, and I'm personally a doctor. It got to a point I wanted to be a preacher. It got to a point I wanted to be a teacher like my mom. But maybe through SHS, I realized that when I was young, I like picking things apart. Like you understand? So I realized that I think my passion is engineering. So that's when I really focused on mechanical engineering.
Oh, okay. And Yasmin, bang and Anipa Utiminya in Swadi Huno.
Okay. When it comes to that time, I would say that just as our brother said, there's no time limit. Yes, there's no time bound to that. But as an individual, there are certain points in time. That is when you realize that like there will be a time that you have to be alone. There will be a time that you would separate from your parents and you would have a life to live. And that is when the dream starts coming. So most of the times, or like personally for me, when I was in like the primary school, I thought, I want to be a doctor, you know. And I was like, my mindset was, I felt when people are sick, it's too much, and I wish I could help. And I felt like, oh, that's the only solution is to be a doctor.
Yeah.
So growing up, I had that in mind. But as I was going, I found out that, you know, one fascinating thing about dream is sometimes the world directs you, and sometimes what you feel inside of you also directs you. So I'll be like in JHS, I felt like I'm good in sewing, cooking. So I thought, okay, maybe I should go into the nutrition aspect. Yeah, because of that. But the dream was still to be a doctor. So fast forward, when I went to my senior high school, I mean, that dream was back. I was ready for it. I was like, no, I'm going forward for it. And yeah, that was it. I took the path. One last thing I would say about dreaming, just as our brother said, as time goes on, like, we add up. And the adding up is that, like, the dream is like it's a big package, and in that big package there's one like a diamond in it, and before you get the diamond you have to unbox it. So in the period of unboxing you go into other fields, yes, and all that is just to carry you forward to the dream. So yes, that's what I was saying.
Tima Wakano, board professions where be a 4 and 3. Then I influence dreams negatively. Then person who then an influencer and also another person a preacher, person a teacher, or person then an influencer.
There's a lot of factors. Everywhere you pick advice from people. When you're in Kasa, then you ask them about what they think it's right in what you are thinking to do. You understand? Sometimes it's research. We are researcher. Doctors then what do you do? We got to a point that I think so I think being a doctor it wouldn't really help me like that, because so I can't be a doctor and I say so I think all those stuff are little factors that drew me away. And then the more intensity I had in trying to understand who say machine this, maybe TV this. Now, I say, I'm person beam, I'm person who say, and then my team members is young. I think that was something that really pulled me to the mechanical side.
Okay, and Yasmin, why you're being better mean mothers, then a mother's betting me a bay, betting a bois, so Mumba betting achieve your dreams. Now you must work a father's their mind, then a mother's also in me. From boy now, but any so I didn't
Okay, it's a very good question. Thank you so much. And there's no dream that comes into reality without a family member partaking. Yes, so as a mother, there's a lot that you can do. One very first thing that I know that a mother should do is encouragement. And then you should encourage your child. But before encouragement comes, you have to like pay more attention to the child. So like as a child is growing, you are looking at the child. You are looking at certain things that the child is doing. So like for example, I had a nephew, and growing up, he was also always into fixing. Like he's like, I want to fix this, I want to fix that. And I saw that in him. So I'm like, okay. So like as an auntie, I had that in mind that, no, this my son can be maybe a mechanic or something like that. So as a mother, when you see that in your child, give the child opportunities, because even if you look overseas, like sometimes you watch movies and stuff, like kids are allowed to do things that they really enjoy doing. So if your child really likes racing, like you should have the opportunity for the child to do that. If it's football, like allow the child to go out and then play the football with the others. If it's cooking, let the child be in the kitchen and then be cooking. So as a mother, you pay more attention to what the child is interested in, and you're giving the encouragement. Like don't ever tell your child like you are good for nothing just because the child is not following your lead, because who knows, your child could be more better than you. So you encourage the child, and then you look up to whatever the child is doing, then you encourage. Yeah, I mean the end of the matter is that.
As it say, mothers will be your perception about some professions. And it's an about a profession be or no person about be fat, the no penno, the banning. Yes,
that's why you need to focus on her point, saying that you need to share about family interest. You understand? Because maybe I will pay ban or a doctor. Here's the case. there's a lot that goes into the profession. If Nipan or Jumana it could cause a lot of problems.
Oh, yes.
You understand? So always focus on the interest of the kid. Abufabano, Abadino, or ya, Eshe who they know. Ube or pay gaming. You understand? So let us push the kid into gaming because right now people make a lot of money out of just sitting behind the computer. Companies back just to invest into a child at the age of 14 years just because a colony game ball. You understand? EA Sports, they need people to test out their games. You understand? Until who are on him game ball, they come, they look like a way or board game party with a man contract, maybe 7 years contract. At the end of the year, and Kolani it's called multi-general. You understand? So you can't just say, oh, gaming there's you can't do. You understand? Right now there's a lot of opportunities around. So focus on what the kid is interested in and then push the kid. Encourage the kid.
Ebia maame ne ye sofu. Ne ba ne so person nye ebia hip life and a reggae artist bra into yasin. Now show bit say sofu penny a oda sofu ano, oda asori kese ano. Now ba say oba wiase abe life wo as Emma say pastor, lady pastor no. Now ban so person buy into this worldly like acting no be then. Because your experiences be a musician because no person on your musician, but na the family supports it. And today do be na distracting your mind. As a mother no, say oba wo some kind dreams be and some visions be person on TV. Now mother then ne wo sorry be anko abe anything.
Music is a very powerful tool.
Okay.
If I say like I'm coming home and then I'm sad.
Okay.
You don't expect me to come and listen to something that will dampen me. Except me tie bibia ebe uplifting my spirit, you understand? So maybe I don't find that in a gospel worship song, but I find that in somebody like encouraging people to push on, you understand? So I have to listen to that to uplift my spirit, you understand? So you can't say ebia because me also funity mobano memma onye like secular music because secular music varies. Every mood that you are in and what you want to listen to. I'm downhearted. I'm depressed. Obia assembia obika, which is not a gospel song though, but asema a Thomasuma ebe encouraging me say ababana me bono. I've not lost hope. I can move on. That's what I'll listen to. Until Wakola ne yes, you should know that he's actually doing something that pleases God. Because what uplifting the spirit say, Mami Nkumi, there's still more hope to live on. You understand? You can't say oh me a sovereignty. Makola I said by also Dabi. We have a lot of musicians that their parents are teachers. Meaning hip hop rapper, be a friend B.O.B. Ne papa yourself. You understand? But ne papa nan say well me a sovereignty and your rap no. And it's rap sometimes when you listen to the things he talks about, it helps a lot. He talks about wars and all those kind of stuff. You understand? So you can't just say me a gospel like me a Christianity. Makola in your gospel just like that. No, maybe the things he will share will help somebody far away. That maybe you wouldn't actually see the impact, but then he's impacting someone's life somewhere.
Where you walk far aside, maybe they are from Yen Skepi and Fanko. Yenim say institution be our rules are also moon play. Say Bema Kran bit me bringing dreams into realities. Into country, I want to rule also into me play. Family when you rule, sorry when you rule, Obia when you rule. Into me pesa wankasa. Then a country now also into me boy young ones something for my dreams and branch realities.
Okay, thank you. And you say about the country as a whole. One thing is peace. We can't go in the world without peace. The country has to really take notice of the peace. And when I talk about peace, like of late, it's like we have peace, but we don't have peace. Yes, because sometimes Obia sorry, the person wants to go to the market, but the person has to wait for morning because of peace. And one thing that the country has to do is give the space. And when I talk about give the spaces, I give the opportunity to the growing ones. When we say give the opportunity, it means that, okay, so now we are growing. The country is moving to a next level. What are the youth now so much into? are they into music? Then the country should push some resources into the music industry, because if the music is going worldwide, the country will benefit. Yes, so if it's into movie industry, the country should move there. Maybe now there's so many youth so interested in the health sector. What is the next thing we can do in the health sector? What are the new things that we can implement? Because maybe we have some other things that are not here. There are some therapies that are not here in Ghana. So now that we're having so many nurses, I mean, where are we going to put them all? If the country is like, okay, let's bring this here, then people can divert into it, and at the long run, it's going to build their country. So the country should put resources into where the youth are so into it. Yes.
I think our country, it suffers from this a lot. Because most of the time, obi person in car, maybe I saw a career doctor. You understand? Like, we are so much focused on the other professions they break. You understand? But if you look at other countries, they are much more invested into the media aspect and all those kind of stuff. We have fun USA like this. NBA players, basketball, basketball. They make a lot of money out of that. Just people sitting at home and watching. People from other countries paying to watch that. You understand? So our country is supposed to focus much more on things that will bring revenue, like things that the kids and the young ones are interested that will bring revenue. You understand? You're focusing on doctor, like those kind of professions. They are still now. We are not pushing up.
And with the members are questioning, say I'm more opportunity to say better than a government official and a minister. Policy bang back, bang pan at baby to me, a boy young ones to me achieve your dreams.
So for me, like this, if I'm given the opportunity, I will invest much more into sports. And when I say sports, not only football, but other kind of sports, because we have talented kids. Because I think we were doing this ECG exhibition. The I'll check your voters ID. It's now a whole school and Kolani Guana. Omo Bobo, you could see that there was this one child inside. Akwani Bobo and Kassan. And there was this guy beside me, a friend Bashiru. We can invest much more into these kind of sports and Kolani because it brings a lot of revenue. It's Mika Mbappe page, who say, nah, it's not just that Omu Jakiko, because we just got free into no woman is asking. You understand? So if I get the opportunity to be a government member, those are the kind of things I'll be invested in.
Okay, so now you're bringing to family. So family, role Ben was a family team play. Why young one when to achieving the dreams.
Okay. family. So the family has a big role in the child becoming whoever he or she is supposed to be. The first thing is finances. I mean, a family without finances, you can't really build a child up. Because let's say right now I want to go into fashion designing. Like, you cannot just be like, go. I mean, in the
machine,
it's expensive. The clothes and things that you use, they're expensive. If I want to do beads making, it's expensive. Nursing is expensive. Like, everything is so expensive. So the family has to come together financially. And one thing I would say is, like, of late, most of the families feel like, okay, your family is only your mother and your father. They are solely responsible for you. I think that shouldn't be the case. Yeah, because if your uncle is somewhere and he can support, he should. If your brother is somewhere, and it shouldn't be like, if you can, like, add it to your budget. Because, you know, one nice thing is if you're able to push someone to become something, like one day you are rest assured that maybe your kids or the others who are yet to come, like, they are secured. And one day you can stand somewhere and be like, well, this, I'm part of it. Yeah. If the person has a factory at the end, you can say, well, I'm part of this. And it will build the whole thing. So as a family, finances is there, the encouragement, you cannot take it out. And then look out for what I mean is, you should you should pay attention to everyone in the family. Don't let others feel rejected. Like, oh, there's a doctor, everyone is so concerned, we are paying the fees of this doctor, and then there's someone who is learning how to make shoes and like nobody cares because they feel like this thing it wouldn't work. No, like there should be like equality in the family. So you give equal attention to everyone. Sometimes you have to like call this your cousin, your aunt, check up. How is the business going? What are the things that you need? Like how can I be of help? Like that kind of love. It builds up, yeah.
And Tima no care about family or care about finances. Maybe you be a house or a young guy. Or nyasa family financial support no. Sa nipa kro bi sa no onye den.
Understand? Find something that you can do that will get you money. You understand? We have dreams of maybe a rapper, but you can't just because studio session is so if you have something else that you are good at, that this country has facilitated for you to get a little out of, focus on that. Number one time. You understand? Because it doesn't matter. I know someone who was 40 years and started on the first hit. Lil Duval. If Moon now you can go on net and I think it was around 40 years and started on the first hit. You understand? So with your dreams you still have time to achieve it. Yeah. So if you are not able to do it right now, you need finances to push you up. Then give yourself time. Then after you are done and you realize that okay, now I have this that I can really push into it, then you push into it. That is my idea.
It's not I am branch to religion. Ebi ani pakron or a Christian or a Muslim, or a dengue. Meaning religion and background religions will be wrong. Now never say and role ben was a religion for na Christianity, Islamic for ne then also monyen famboa. Role also mon play. Ever see you.
Okay, thank you. So one thing I would say is religion is it's a family. Yes. Whether you're a Christian, Muslim, traditionalist or any other, it's your third family or it's your second family, I would say. So the religion is supposed to give the equal support that a family, that's your mother, your father, your aunties, are giving to you. One is the sense of belonging. Yes, the sense of, most, like sometimes the world is so chaos to the extent that you have a lot in your mind and you're like, I'm just waiting for the next Sunday, I'm waiting for the next meeting that we will have as a fellowship so that I can have that smile, I can feel fine. So like the religion should not hinder that from the youth. So when the youth comes together to meet as a religion, they should give them the love, the support. Let a person feel accepted. Sometimes you go to one religion like a church or anywhere, and there's this one particular person, like he doesn't feel part of the church. And like, to be frank, like nobody knows what is going on in that person's life. Nobody knows the hardship or anything the person is going through. But we are family. So like, the church has to give that support. And that is, everyone has to relate with everyone. Like, when you meet together, like, talk to someone, okay? Find something about someone, like, dive deeper. Not just like, hi, how are you? It's good seeing you. No, like, dive deeper. Oh, Monday, what's up? Oh, this. Like, you end up knowing that, oh, somebody's struggling somewhere, but I have the help. Then you push the person. Like, you realize that, oh, somebody needs to be spoken to. And then, like, you take the opportunity to talk to the person. Sometimes you would realize that, no, somebody needs support in terms of finances. Like, I would say, like, my church has been a great support to me when I was going to school. I mean, there was one other woman and her husband, they were like, we would want to support you. Anyway, that was a family. And they supported me financially. They always called me to check up on me. Like, it will just build you up. You feel like it's all your family. Like, you have the whole religion looking up to you. And it's the one thing I really do.
You know about church for support, somebody supporting. You see, our presby has heard them. The person Christian community, they are no more they support young generations.
Well, a lot of churches are supporting because we share those kind of. Maybe I wouldn't really focus on our church, but ICGC for and
they was sorry, no, was sorry, presby or moon.
No, they give opportunities. Yes,
who name be one?
I've not actually, to me, I can't be a testament to something I've not actually seen.
I am want to say what press I use ICGC as reference.
Nah, okay, let's use here. Here's the case. Wabano, you have a talent of drumming, and then they've given you opportunity to drum. You understand? You can use here as a practice stand. Obo drums. Maybe someone might come in and be like, okay, Mimi boss shows outside, so I need a drummer, and then you are good. So this is an opportunity that's created for you. What did I say? Your sister now, Antonio, she's singing. Someone comes and be like, I see a special talent in you, so maybe you can delve into music. Nani Panama or Aquina. So these are all opportunities the church creates for the youth to actually venture into their dreams.
Yes, you'll be a testimony or say or into relationship. One, no person who rule was a partner, a boyfriend and a girlfriend in play. I be man achieving the dreams until be for boyfriends there. No work for girlfriends there. Until started with Ruben also boyfriend as a boyfriend also ma or girlfriend want me achieving the dreams.
Well, one thing is honesty, you understand? If you know, say maybe your partner, the opposite or it's not going to help. If you actually know it, then you need to find a specific way of putting the person right there. Maybe the opposite to speak the truth. When you idea, but then maybe I've seen this about you that I really think that but find sometimes we don't like the truth. They say the truth hurts. And then okay, sometimes we don't want to hear the truth. So find a kind of nice way of me catching the performance. And then if you know the person is actually good about the thing, right? Maybe you are sitting from a jealousy point, you need to kill that jealousy and then encourage the person to actually do.
Sir, Yankofo be brabo my girlfriends. I'm on meeting I establish your dreams. But later no a disappointment no money.
In what way? Say maybe
and this what's concern awareness we and workers on in class. And no sano new relationship I could true. Diana was a Ruben also.
So you see, this is something that this is not even as far as it's not even just for this career-wise thing. It's for everything. Remember relationship, like what went into the other relationship. Don't let it totally affect the new one because you can't have from who names your team. You understand? So what do you mean? I say because it's a say and just also be the same thing. No, you understand? Obia everybody's say and something you understand? Obia is different. So actually learn from that experience and then judge this in a way that like it puts more wisdom into your head. And the man can say, oh, say it's definitely obey. No, am I a difference in AC? Until you don't let the blood and the sweat that went through the other relationship come and affect the new one.
Wakoyo obey most in Burma. Or more experience of can say a man, my family man help me finish my course. I didn't know my yes, sir.
Okay.
So, but my bear will be a branch of show school, sir. We be seeing you work with you and now we are this in time. I don't know, yes, sir.
Well, I would say that.
Well,
that is
to say something.
Okay.
You see, if you are in a relationship, say. Obani be Jawa, Bema na say to me.
Styles man have been who be how or share wonim. Me so me say me nim enti person won tire.
Here's the case when the person is much interested in you. There's a lot of things that the person will do to actually pull your attention and say, oh, person be know what's now. If you see those kind of signs fading away, you should realize that
what if says insure
again
the science in insure
how would the science will definitely show
who will be pretended that
no you see Siba say in insure
oh yeah they be pay later after some graduate here
sometimes we are very stubborn, you understand? But make say Charlie me face ke gugu to the maintain house no, you understand? When you know that this how this is going in here eventually no obejame and I say eventually no be for fraction again. You understand? And one is so to know and found scout their shame. Find why I do you understand? And then let the money go and then try.
It comes to investment, our cast science, but some boss science very tricky. Our Bema now invest to a girlfriend ma. Science will be to me a girl no member beam. No one with some mobile trip my say they are working
the science they are not
bad trip. They are to too.
They are not very specific. It means just.
Oh, they are with your own experiences, and maybe you'll be experience our one in a share. Bet me, I say be a science way. OBS science with the chira. We are Bema University Ajay.
Science is very difficult, but we are Bema Kwadi.
Me say me nim.
We've not gone through something like that before.
And see all trying to come
no. But some child say we are Bema Kwadi. Say science never we want to Bema Ube.
Okay.
You understand? It could be anything at all. Maybe maybe I was sorry and Pabia or text, but it got to a point 2-3 weeks, months on text.
Maybe I'm not cultural exams or ABC.
I'm saying 2-3 weeks, months, 2 months.
Maybe I'm person first class. First class in
exams. Here's the case. Exams, no, they still it's just a simple text. So sorry and Panawa say, oh, good morning, what to say. It should be. I mean, it shouldn't deter you from your A+ and A++.
The Yasmin. Role Ben was say girlfriends moon play fan supporting my boyfriends. I'm with me at TV my dreams.
Okay. And see, girlfriends as an individual. One way, or the number of ways that a lady can support her man in achieving whatever he wants to is peace of mind.
And the only thing, girls, you can provide to your boyfriend is peace of mind.
No. I said if you have the opportunity to help, you can help.
Peace of mind. When we talk about peace of mind, it's like giving the person the space to come all out. Don't overstress the guy. Yes, you know the person, so all that you are doing is to help. And one thing that is like, oh, as for girls, they can't support you in cash. It's not true. It's not true. I know a number of ladies that do that. So if you can support. You can support. And the support, the ladies, you can do it in a little way that you can. Okay, let's say your man is always busy. Okay, we have some ladies that are actually living with their man. I mean, sometimes you can choose to cook. Yeah, you can do that. If it's not a distance one, and sometimes you meet each other, one time you can make a special meal. One time you can decide to leave. Okay, if you want to do laundry, you can do. You want to have a special package for the person, you can. But in helping the person to achieve the aim, it's about giving the person the peace. When it's about, like those petty issues, you should, cut off with them. You should give them the attention. They need it. So, and then you should be there. Be there as in, like, sometimes to me, I feel like as a lady, if my man is into football, I should know something about football. So that, like, when he's bringing ideas, like, I can bring what I know, I can add up. Yes, I feel like a lady, you should at least have a little interest in whatever your man has interest in, so that you can support him in any other way possible. If there's opportunities, you can at least seek out your friends and others. Yeah.
Wait, because of your time, your last question. At what point and also give you up on your dreams?
Just as I said,
but our country, cite you in our country. I say, at what point? A professional footballer. One ball in future, 35 years.
Those kind of professions, there's a time limit to it.
And relating to professions, time limited.
That one, when we do 32, 35, you know that.
And so, trying so, Genema, so we do 35 and I will give you up. What's point? Say, we a footballer. You might think I say, it be out the bone future, so be 34, I'm going to 34 year. May time being also say time where they mean give you up. So I want with.
Here's the case. Maybe we'll start here at the age of 16, 17. Now we need to be done. It will speed. You see, I will do by 27, 28. We'll speed not so. You should know that it is age near chill. So here's the case. I'm supposed to focus on something else. You understand?
Maybe from that age now to age 27. So that time I begin to give you up, Anna. What's that? Maybe the old chasano, you say chia. Into what won't you know? Me person want to say at what point now if the point where they give you up they make out there say and now they make out
life you can't to me sorry in case me who say oh embo ojai
and you must want me waste too time to say
yes you can't waste your time. So it is your inner self, you understand? We are Christian here. I suggest that each and every point in time, put your dream before God. You understand?
Yeah, I'm going to put it before God, but still mean to me achieve your dreams. It's in reality,
Here's the case. Maybe that's not what you are supposed to do. That is not what you are supposed to focus on.
It's a bad then with me.
Thank you. So you put your dreams before God. And then in Kasa, communicate to him. You understand?
You mark already said the way. Oh, the crowd, anyway, answer our last question. Yeah.
Okay, and so the Mr. Makano said, like, you can't give up on your dreams, okay? But you should.
There's no age limit.
And you know one thing, you are not created to do one thing.
Thank you.
So as you are playing the football,
you are a passion. So, like, passion is
your passion.
Obey health practitioner.
Yes, but
why yes, like, where we assess, we not support now, we be 35 years.
No, so that's why we have side hustles.
Sorry, let me use football for example. There's, I think, Mwepu, not Bob Brighton, on your heart condition, and then he was diagnosed that he can't play football again. Do you think, say, and one of no, or better enough, you should be a man? No, he would definitely do something related to football.
Yes.
Julian Nagelsmann had to retire very early. He's a coach. You understand? So definitely, there's something in that kind of football you are passionate to. You can do. Maybe born won't be, but fine. Set up a soccer academy. Yeah. Look at the young boys. They are winning. You understand?
You come to us, so who fail? No one to me achieve you do scrap. Bet me be as alternative. I'm why successful in life.
Thank you.
Sana make a really crazy point and say, "Would dreams be a factory yankopon and yankopon to me approving." Will be my message say why stuck between the dreams and prophecy. Now, dreams and prophecy. Yima, we dream say be a person hip hop artist. In conscience whereby so Teresa you may also be a pastor. Also share prophecy say bane empire bonne one so otra and some like a catcher no. Unse what the yes be a pastor. Also what the so be a reggae dance or artist or what to be a rasta. And now no be the why start between the dreams and prophecies. Until wo as would then I be catcher no nipa bisa and then I be catcher no.
It's all up to you, you know, just as I said. Communicating with God, because maybe prophecy now a false prophecy. Yeah.
Prophecy about 3 or 4 times. So we are down for classroom. I have a catch us a some that I imagine I don't preach it. What soon as we deal with so the Akoshi, you know, the hip hopness.
And then they said being a man of God, you have to be called. Whatever happens, say so your pastor, something will change in the person's life, you understand? So if you can't say and then you want to be a reggae artist, it doesn't matter. You can have a reggae career. Maybe wait to be a reggae for 10 years. But do one of the
Trump presidents, me